What's up YouTube? My name is Harry Kenya, this is Nari Nyaks, and today we're talking about PRK laser eye surgery. It's been just about a year since I had my surgery personally, and I have a lot of thoughts to share about my experience. So in this video we're going to break it up into 5 different parts. An overall review of the experience, the recovery and how that goes, pros and cons of the surgery, advice, and common questions answered at the end. So let's get right into it. So if you clicked on this video, it's safe to assume you're tired of your bad vision, but you went to the doctor and they said LASIK is not an option. So you were like, well crap, what am I gonna do now? You went around, you cried yourself to sleep for a little bit. So now you're on YouTube trying to figure out, am I gonna go blind if I had this surgery or not? Let me just answer the question right there. You're not gonna go blind. But if you do, I'm not liable. My experience with PRK was really rocky and by no means easy, but it was honestly one of the best decisions that I've ever made in my life. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I can't explain the freedom I have now, being able to wake up and see as the first thing in the day, not having to look around in the shower, trying to feel around for my shampoo and my soap, not losing my glasses and spending 30 minutes trying to find them, just being able to go outside and live life freely without worrying about paying for all of these different contact lenses and everything else. This surgery has truly changed my life, but the recovery was awful. I'm not going to go super in depth about the recovery process because I've already made a video on how to recover, the things you should look for, the things you should do, and just my advice on that thing. So look up here if you want to see that video, but all I'm going to say is this. You have not felt pain until you've gone through PRK surgery. And I'm not going to say it's the worst pain ever because I don't want all the pregnant women in the world to come and hurt me, but hey, it's up there. It was rough, like really freaking rough. And it's not so much an issue of how much pain you're actually feeling, it's that the pain that you're feeling is happening inside of your eyeballs. That's what makes it so much worse than all the other pain that I've really ever felt. And obviously everyone's body is different. I've seen people say that they've had absolutely no pain. I've seen some people talk about having pain for months and months on end. So you could be on one side or the other side of either one of those equations, but for me, it was really bad for I'd say about 3 days, and then after that I was kind of just chilling, but it wasn't consecutive. It was like a day on, a day off, and when that pain was hitting me, it was like I want to die. But after that, it was kind of just uncomfortable. It was really manageable, and then luckily for me, everything kind of just started flowing through my system very, very quickly, and I was off to just having good eyes sooner than later. But again, everyone's body is different, so take that with a grain of salt. But I do want to make sure that you understand what's happening when you get this surgery, because I think that will make you understand a lot better how to prepare for it. During this surgery, the laser is literally removing and molding different tissue in your cornea. So when you leave that operating room and you go into the real world, your eyes are so exposed to the natural elements, to light, to everything. So as you can tell, it's going to be somewhat painful and uncomfortable to really do anything. And you can imagine that is not a fun experience. But I mean, hey, it's that or get called 4 eyes for the rest of your life. Really quick guys, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you smash that like button. It really helps me and the algorithm, and we're almost at 400 subscribers, so help me run those numbers up as much as I can. Sweet, let's go back to the video. So for the pros, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can see now. There's no more contacts, no more glasses, no more yearly eye visits, no more breaking your glasses during basketball, no having to fit your glasses under your ski goggles. There's no really issues. You don't have to pay for money to buy contacts. You don't have to pay for money to get yearly exams. You really can just see all the time, whenever. So the list can go on and on for that, and you can find ways to save money, and you can find reasons that why you would need this. You will be able to see, point blank, period. But the cons are a little different. They can vary from person to person. Like we said earlier, everyone is different. But in my case, it was mainly just because of the recovery. You're gonna be in pain for some time. There's nothing really you can do to get around that. You get what you got. And there's certain things that are just going to be annoying. You're gonna have to use a bunch of painkillers for the first few days. You're gonna have to have so many eye drops in your eye all the time until your eyes finally stop being dry and can really start to heal themselves. You're gonna have to really be careful about touching your eye. Just something as simple as this could be a lot of pain during recovery. You're gonna have to worry about your vision being blurry at times, not clear, not crisp. Your astigmatism might be just going off the charts for a little while. There's a ton of things that between person to person can really be a big con con for people. But in my case, it seems like those cons happen for such a short period of time, they're not even close to outweighing the pros. I'm fortunate enough that really the pain was the only thing that really caused me problems. I wasn't struggling with dry eyes that much or really sensitivity to light that much. But I've heard of people having itchy eyes, chronic dry eyes, who have really just had blurry vision far after the time they were supposed to have blurry vision, all types of side effects in a way that are really would kind of defer me and make me not want to do the surgery. It's different for everyone. You know your body better than anyone, so maybe you'll be able to gauge what kind of problems you've had in the past or not. And like I said, in my specific scenario, the pros outweigh the cons by, it's not even close. I would do it again today if I really had to, but that's not the case for everyone. So here's my advice. Don't compare your PRK journey with someone else who you don't know online. I think it's good to ask questions to someone that you can actually speak to and hear the specifics of their complications. But just looking online is a bad idea if all you're doing is going to be there to compare. As I said earlier, your body is different. Your eyes are different. Your healing is different. Your recovery will be different. And there's nothing worse than being on day 12, having blurry vision, reading a comment from someone on YouTube who says they have perfect vision after day 2. That is the recipe for freaking out for absolutely no reason. So just take it slow. I've had dozens and dozens of comments of people saying, I'm so scared because it's been X amount of days and I don't feel this way, or I don't see this way, or my eyes or whatever. And after checking up with them, I'd say like 98% of those people are doing perfect now. And it's just a matter of like being patient and really following your body. So just take it slow, relax, breathe, and understand that your way is not going to be the same way that helps other people, and your recovery is not going to be the same either. Listen to your doctor. Follow their instruction. Don't skip any steps. Don't skip any medicine. Do not skip any eye drops. And really just don't worry. But with that said, it's good to do research and understand what exactly is happening during the surgery and what you're really going to go through, whether it's recovery or not. I'm not saying to just ignore the people around you or to not do any type of looking online before you do the surgery. But what I'm saying is everyone's body is so different that I think if all you're doing is going to compare your journey, you're really just going to discourage yourself, because the people online who are posting are either posting because they had an amazing time or they had a terrible time. It's like an Amazon review. No one's reviewing just to say like, oh yeah, it was alright, it's what I expected. It's either this thing changed their life or it ruined it. So PRK surgery, or any other surgery for that matter, is going to be the exact same thing when you look for it online. So just be mindful of that. But I would say the good thing to do is ask questions. Again, someone who can break it down for you step by step, because there's things that people might complain about, but they're leaving out a lot of underlying issues. I can complain about chronic eyes, but if I'm not putting in my eye drops from the surgery, it's really my own fault. So ask questions, but make sure you're doing that from an actual reliable source, not just some stranger who wants to vent to you. Hopefully that makes sense. Alright, let's talk about the 5 most common questions I get under all of the videos that I've made thus far. So probably the most common question I get is, how is your vision now? So it's good and it's bad. My vision is significantly better than before. But when I had glasses and when I had contacts, it is so much better than what my vision was there. Matter of fact, my vision now is better than what I could see when I had my glasses and my contacts. So that speaks on how well I'm actually doing, but at the same time, it's not perfect. On paper, it says that I'm 2015, which is even better than 2020, but it's still kind of fuzzy / blurry sometimes, depending on what I'm doing. And I haven't really been able to figure out exactly what it is that causes this. I mentioned in a previous video that the time I see the best is when my eyes are wet. So if I was to put an eye drop in right now, I would see so clear. It's like I get a taste of what perfect vision actually looks like. I mean, I can see to the moon when my eyes have any type of lubrication in them. But as soon as that goes away, the eye drop fades, or even if it's like a tear or maybe a water droplet hits my eye, once that fades, then I just go back to the vision that I can see now. And again, it's good vision. I can see, I don't struggle seeing anything. I can look around the room and I can see well, but it's not what I would say is perfect. And I mean, I guess technically all of that info makes sense, like scientifically, but it's just something that's a little annoying. Paying money, you want perfect vision. So having to squint every once in a while to see something super far away is just kind of like, well, it is what it is. Question number 2, how is my vision at night? So this is actually a very interesting thing to me because my astigmatism pre-surgery was awful. I mean, I could see those little lines on the lights from heaven to hell, it seemed like. But after my surgery, it actually got better. It kind of compressed into like more small balls. So now when I have my astigmatism, I can still see some streaks, but it has to be something super far away. Things like cars passing or even just lights that I might look at night, they don't really affect me the same way. I can see the astigmatism, I can see the lines, but it's significantly better. But my vision definitely is worse at night than it is during the daytime. It's quite literally a night and day difference. And I haven't really been able to explain that either, but it's like the darker it is, the more blurry things get, but not because I can't see them, but because it's like the light just refracts off of my eyes differently or something. I don't know how to explain it, but it's definitely harder to see at night, even if it's well lit. Just the fact that it's happening without the sun out makes a big difference. And it's not bad enough to where I would ever be nervous to do something at night, but it's just enough to where it's just kind of like, what is happening and why is this a thing? So driving if it's rainy and at night, yeah, I can see, yeah, I can function, but I don't feel as comfortable doing that as I do when I'm just out in the daytime. And I know what you're thinking, like, bro, like that's everyone. No one wants to drive in the rain and at night more than daytime. Yeah, that's true, but that's not really what I mean. It's more literally how I can see out with my eyes. It's almost like the same vision I have when it's rainy and I'm trying to wipe my windshields. That's the same vision I have in regular day when it's nighttime. And it's not that I can't get something off or that it's blocking my view, but it's almost just like I have to blink more in order to see, or I have to almost remove a film in order to see as well as I do in the daytime. I feel like I'm not explaining that well, but hopefully you get the idea. Has anything other than your vision changed? So this is a yes and no as well. Mostly things have been the same, but there definitely have been some things that I've seen have changed pre-surgery to post-surgery. So let's go through them. Number 1, I definitely get pain sometimes when I rub my eye. It's weird though, it's not consistent. Like right now, I'm rubbing my eye, I don't feel any pain. But sometimes I rub it in a certain way and it's like I feel a sharp pain that hits me and I can't replicate it. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I would probably say 2 times a month I'll rub my eye a certain way and I feel a pain and I kind of just jump back, but then it goes away immediately and I try to rub it the exact same way, can't replicate it. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that'll start happening more frequently the older I get or if it'll go away the older I get. I don't know. But it's definitely just something that's just kind of like, I wish that didn't happen. Number 2, sometimes my eyes hurt if I'm on a screen for a very long time. This didn't really used to happen back in the day. I would just live on a screen. But now, if I'm on a screen for a long time, it definitely hurts. And what has helped me are these blue light glasses. So when I put them on, it kind of just takes away a lot of that harsh glare of looking on screens. So if I'm like at work and I know I'm going to be on my laptop or something for 3-4 hours, or if it's just late at night and I'm going to use my computer for a long time, I make sure to use that. And it completely takes any of those headaches and pains away. So highly recommend getting some of those. I'll drop a link for those in the description. Another thing is light sensitivity. That's something that people really talk about a lot, of really hurting them. And I never struggled with any type of light sensitivity. I never really even owned sunglasses before I had that surgery. And now I kind of have sensitivity to light, but definitely not like other people. My sensitivity now is still better. Is still less, however you say that. I am less sensitive to light now than people who have not had the surgery who have lighter eyes. So like people with blue eyes who literally just walk around like this if they don't have sunglasses. I don't still need to do that. But I used to be able to look directly into the sun and not have any issues, and now that just hurts at the thought of doing something like that. So something to be aware of, how your body was before. Those problems and symptoms might be kind of just like, multiplied by having the surgery. So think about that. Another thing is how healthy my eyes are now. So I don't know what the reason for this is. Maybe it's because not wearing contacts, I just have more exposure to the elements. Maybe it's because my glasses aren't straining my eyes the way they used to. But I definitely feel so much healthier with my eyes. They feel more vibrant. They feel more lively. It used to just be a lot of my eyes getting tired really quickly during the day, me having to rub them, me really just having to squint because they're dry, because they're itchy, all of these things, and really just never feeling like the breeze hit them. But now I really feel like my eyes are in tune with nature around them. I feel like I can be out, something falls into it, not a lot of pain. Something like a hair gets in there, oh, just take it out, no big deal. But before, just even having like something on my eye was just so painful. But now, even if something fell like on my tip of my eye, I could easily just grab it off, not a lot of pain. So it definitely feels like my eyes are stronger than what they were before. And maybe that's even part of me just having to relearn how to focus and things like that. But whatever it is, I'm super happy about that. And probably the most common question I get is, how was the recovery? And this needs a whole video on its own. And luckily for you, there is one, and it's this video right here. And I would highly recommend going to watch that, because I really break down day by day exactly how that recovery is and exactly what I needed to do for that. I break down common things that I struggled with, even some things that I had never really heard about in any other one's videos. So if you're looking for an in-depth, what will this be like, definitely go watch that video. But that's pretty much all I have. Overall, it was a great experience for me, and again, I would do it over just like that. And I hope it really helped you. I hope it gave you some type of insight and just gave you some hope or some knowledge on just what this surgery will really be like for you and what the recovery will be like for you as well. So if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or concerns, please put them down below. It seems like a lot of people have a lot of questions, and I'm here to help if you need anything for that. So once again, my name is Harry Kenya. This is Nyaks. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been here for a while, I appreciate you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I hope to see you around here again. So until next time, deuces.